Good afternoon, guys. It is August 18th, and I just wanted to do a short little video, my favorite phrase, short video. And what I'm going to do is just read out the first couple pages of a book I started writing. I don't know if anything will come of it. You know, I start a lot of books. Don't finish a lot, but I start a lot. And so far, this book is called The Miracle of the Wood Story. So what it is it's just so far, it's set in the 8th century, so the 700s, and we're in the heart of what's known pejoratively as the Dark Ages. Okay, so the 8th century is still what we call the Merovingian period in France, for instance, just before the Carolingian period with the establishment of the Holy Roman Empire under Charlemagne. So this is an era that I'm especially interested in. I like the more obscure, the more interesting to me. And so I'll just read out what I got so far. It's only about 2 pages or whatever. So here, let me know what you think. Come, brother, come, in Christ come. The enigmatic scrawl of his former novice master was nothing new to him. He had received such orders in the past. They typically meant one thing: I have a text for you. Brother Corbus was renowned as a scholar, although he eschewed the title and was in fact embarrassed by it. After all, he only spoke and wrote one language and one language only, the Latin of the common people, everyone called Roman. That was the thing, though. In his tongue and under his pen, it was no longer common. The monks and Christians said that he spoke it like an Augustan. He understood nothing else, though. No Greek, no Frankic, no Germanic, and most embarrassingly of all, no Anglian, the language of his own people, such as they spoke it on the great island and in some places in the north. There was no shame in it in anyone else's mind, of course. Corbus had left his people when he was only 3 years old. He came with his uncle and cousin to the humble abbey of St. Romuald. His uncle died shortly after their arrival, and his cousin, a few years older than him, went to Rome a year or two later, last Corbus had heard. Every time Corbus met the notes of Master Grimold with significant joy. Grimold was like a father to him, although he considered Corbus his superior. Corbus was from a better family, but in the family of St. Benedict, all were brothers and were to be distinguished, as the rule said, by sanctity and age only. Such was more the theory than the practice, and Corbus scrupled over other such aspects of the rule, such as that forbidding the traveling of monks from one house to another. No one had ever questioned his right to do so, to come and go as he liked. When he consulted the abbot, and later a bishop of significant learning, they indicated that the great services his learning contributed to the abbey justified this departure from its strict letter. Certainly, others came and went all the time, but that was none of Corbus's business. He would leave immediately after the first office of the day. He had all the necessary psalms memorized, and so he would be able to fulfill his obligations on the road, as he had many times. He found it better than, anyway. The chapel was full of noises and distractions. For his part, there were too many women there. Too many children running about, often chasing hens, smacking flies, crying. The breasts of the nursing mothers used to plague him as a young man. Now he just took it all in stride. It was good to be out in the fresh air. Although the chapel was the only stone building of St. Ormond, its thatched roof seemed to make it feel like a boiling pot in the summer and smell like a barn. He would have preferred, for all that, to go alone to St. Romuald, but that, too, was against the rule, and besides, it was often rather dangerous. He never complained about this, or any other imposition, in this case, most of all, because were he ever to be robbed of one of Grimold's codices, he would never be able to forgive himself. For this reason, he always liked to have the giant serf Ingund with him. For his part, Ingund loved these journeys. They were the only times Corbus ever saw the grumpy giant smile. He thought it was the chance to get away from the scythe and the hoe and to just walk. Besides, Corbus always made sure that he brought the special bread with him for Ingund's sake, as well as what he had learned was Ingund's favorite beer. The two rarely spoke. Corbus rode high up on the donkey, swaying back and forth, repeating his psalms in the kind of whispered singing that was automatic to him. Ingen took the animal's lead and kicked about in the dirt, with his mind on the distant horizons, wondering what the life of the serfs was in the distant hills, and wondering what their women were like. So that's all I've got so far. Let me know what you think, if you have any thoughts on it, and let me know if it conjures up anything to you. And I don't know where this book is going, really. I know what the essential kernel of the story is, but that's all I know so far. And it's kind of fun just letting your pen go where it will. All right, guys. I hope you have a great day. It's a beautiful, sunny, warm one here, and I hope you're doing well. And you know what? Make sure you go and buy my book. Go Out From Us, A Zombie Apocalypse is now available on Amazon. Thanks, guys, so much. I really appreciate it.